Please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll let the record reflect that Mr. Farley's absent. All other council members are present. Pastor Brown, would you like to start us off?
Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for another day. Father, we thank you for our freedom, all the blessings you give us, not only as a nation, but as a community. And Father, I ask for your guidance for the meeting tonight, especially as business is being discussed. Help everybody have insight, wisdom, and make good decisions. Thank you. We pray it all in Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jody.
You bet. All right. Prior meeting minutes from the 22nd of June, special meeting prior to the council meeting that happened over at the library building.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then we have minutes for the council meeting, the same date, 6 o'clock.
I make a motion, we accept those minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. John, are you ready, or you want me to go to,
I am so sorry I'm behind.
no, it's okay.
I had enough time to let my dogs out, wash my face, put some clothes on, and get up here.
It's all right. If you still need time, I'll go to Jennifer.
I apologize.
That's all right.
Not prepared.
Jennifer, what do you have for us?
First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to Luke and Matt for getting the holes ready and Main Street ready for the 4th of July. I did put a piece in your packet that was actually in the reporter. So Stu came out and took pictures. So it looked really nice. So all that went real well. They still have to work on a few holes down on the other end of Main Street, and they're going to be replacing the white rocks on that end. We are working with Jessica, who is the event coordinator for the Hudson, and she came in and we were talking about doing a community event. And one thing that we had talked with Roberta, and they are willing to do a street dance this year.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so we're just in the planning stages right now, but the date has been set, and that is August the 22nd on that Saturday at 6 o'clock. And then festival update, our trash boxes I see were delivered today. They look really nice. You guys have a revenue report in your packets that'll just give you where we are today on festival. We're still working and placing vendors. We are working on our advertising. Shine 99 has started their advertisement, and then the reporter will be doing an ad for the 4-H. It's like a ribbon ad on the 4-H results. So we've got all that updated. That will be going, and then we'll be working on our commercials to get them for WIBC and WWKI. So, unless you have any questions, Nickel Plate Express has already got things advertised on their end for the train lines as well. So.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Jennifer?
Nope.
John?
Yeah. How you doing? Let's see,
You need the microphone.
well, with the water utilities, we did the rounds, testing, monitoring, recorded, collecting the samples. Our, average daily use for the month of June was 72,581. Our water filter was backwashed twice in June, 6/9 and 6/25. Maves MRO has been completed and submitted to IDEM. Our VOCs and IOCs and nitrates have been collected for the year. All we got left is our lead and copper and TH85s, which we can't run and do until August or September.
Okay.
Due to the compliance report. New Mac dropped off truck 13 at the body shop this morning. It's down there right now getting work done, which I think the estimate was fair because I brought my truck there to see if they'd fix my rocker panel, and they were $900 less than for a rocker panel
Just
compared
for
to
the
what they're doing to our whole truck.
Wow.
So
Single stage paint.
I don't know, but they
Save
ain't
some
getting my truck. But that's about it for water. Wastewater utilities, again, did rounds, collecting the samples, recording influent and effluent. Our daily average influent usage for the month at the lift station was 111,178, which you kind of see that came down a little. I know we had a little dry weeks there in June, so I don't know how to really say anything about that. For July so far, for 13 days, our influent usage is 122,610, but that also came with over 2.5 inches of rain so far this month. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think it's came down a few. I'm just trying to average it to something I can average it to. The MRO and the DMR are complete. They have been submitted to the EPA and IDEM for the month of June. ART, give a few estimates there. I know they're kind of confusing, but I had them itemized them better. There's 3 manhole covers that were missed when they were doing lining through the whole town, and 1 manhole cover that they completely missed. But the 3 that they missed are all in the new housing and development up there, and I guess they weren't done because of construction.
I think the gas station was in progress at that time.
I'm not sure.
And so they, I remember that being something that we talked about eliminating from the project until they made those connections.
But there was 3 out there. There are 2,000. I don't have the sheet in front of me. I'm sorry.
2118 per,
Each.
you know,
For each manhole, and there's 3 out there, and then there's 1 down the road here in Grassy Alley that they completely missed. It was highlighted on our map stating that they hit it, and it was not hit.
so they're gonna do that one at no cost, I see.
Yeah, there's no cost on that one, and then there's 3 repairs to flaking that need to be done. They said they weren't prepped properly. That's what they told me.
Okay,
Like the one on Main Street, that's one of them.
The one on, no, there's not one on Main Street, there's one on Madison, Meridian. Meridian. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
that's not the number I remember.
Just where the water stands in front of Chris's.
They said they needed, well, let me go over that one.
Okay,
But anyway, they said that they would fix the other manholes for free, and they'd charge us for them 3. I don't know what was done, I was not here at the time, so I'm gonna have to leave that up to your knowledge. The other estimate was for the aeration basin. They said it was, they had to charge more because of safety issues. And I don't know, I was thinking, I remember, I don't know if you're looking for that texture paint or what you're looking at, but Rhino Lighting used to paint houses and guarantee it for life. I remember that. But that was a few years ago, and I don't know if they still do that. And I haven't had time to look it up, but. that
I don't care personally if it's textured or not. I think we were looking for something that was pretty elastic, that could be a fluid applied flashing basically around that, from that tank to the roof. So,
Yeah, I thought that was kind of high.
yeah, and I mean, I don't even know if the whole tank needs done. I think it's probably mask off a band around there.
It needs pressure sprayed and cleaned.
Sure,
out.
sure, sure,
100%
absolutely.
Say that.
Yeah, but $36,000 seems a little steep. That's not the number I remember. And I think in my head they were sub 10, but
I thought that was a little salty myself, but I still will present it to you.
sure.
You wanted it. Moving on to Perky's Heating and Cooling, the estimate, it's the same estimate, there's a 10-year warranty on the Mitsubishi split, mini split, 7 years on parts and 1 year on warranty. The only thing that's not warranted or guaranteed are the filtering, the lines,
Okay.
which our lines are only like 15 foot, so
Sure.
that's something.
That's for heat and air, or
Yeah,
just
it's-
air.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's a mini split.
a mini
Mini split.
split. They'll have both. And next, IPW was here last June 30th. They pulled the flag pump, put the new one in. I called them. They sent it off to the machine shop. They haven't got no prices back yet for the bearing or the propeller in there. So it's kind of still up in the air, where that's at and how much that would cost to repair that pump. Had to call B.L. Anderson in last week. I think one of our chart recorders got hit by lightning. It was totally blacked out. I had the input board was fried, and I have it out in the truck. And he believes it was hit by lightning. I had him put a surge protector on it. I guess that's the one meter that you guys have been having problems with.
I wasn't aware.
I don't know. Off and on for years. I don't.
I wasn't aware of any problems, but
That's what
it's
the-
obviously something we're required to record. So
Sean said, well, it's for our discharge.
Yeah.
and yes, we need to have that recorded. He even initialed on the chart and signed off on everything that was, jumped and was messed
Sure.
up.
okay,
That's about the water and wastewater was,
okay,
besides all the other little things.
let's move.
Does that mean that drain's still not on the schedule?
The French drain on Main Street?
Yeah.
We just haven't been able to get to that yet.
I mean, it's
One day
always-
we planned it rained till like 1, 2 in the afternoon. Another day we planned it, IPW for our lift station showed up unexpectedly. Another day we planned it, one of us had a tooth problem, and we had to go to the dentist, and it's just one thing after another. It's not that we're not doing it. We
No,
think we have it.
But I think it's still on the schedule.
It's still on the schedule. We really haven't got together to take care of it. But yeah, hopefully we'll have it done for that week. It'll help if we do a dry, the next dry week. but,
Yeah.
I think you're gonna get it.
Okay, it was hot enough today.
That'll be a fun time.
All right, well, let's move backwards through the list here. So this Perky's quote, as I recall, this was quite a bit less than the other quotes that we received, and now we've clarified the warranty.
I'll make a motion to accept that quote. From Perkins.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I don't think that it's even worth entertaining this aerator tank deal. I think we need to look at some other options there, unless somebody else thinks differently. I think that's very unreasonable.
I
Good? All right. The lining of the 3 remaining manholes for $6,354.
This was not done before.
They're the 3 that weren't done in our sewer project. They were I think one might have been missed, but left off of the project accidentally, but
So
2
it's-
others were intentionally omitted because of the gas station. And now that that's built, it seems like a good time to do it. They've made all their connections.
Does that seem reasonable? That price?
Yeah, and I believe in the product too. I mean, and it seems like they're standing behind it too. If they're, it's only a couple of failures and we've got 80 some odd manholes, so that's pretty decent.
Mhm.
And they're coming back and fixing them. So,
I'll make the motion, we accept the bid for the manhole covers.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. ART manhole lining. All right. Did you have a chance to look at this inquiry for wastewater connection across the county line?
Yes, I even brought my witch from home and witched it all. They have water. It looks like the water is ran. There's no meter in the pit. I found the meter pit and everything, and it looks like there's a service line to the trailer. I stuck my head under a few
Sure.
holes in it to see if it was connected. I couldn't see anywhere it's connected. I believe there's a sewer lateral there connected to our collections, but I can't guarantee that.
Sure.
All I can do is say it's a solid line, and every time I go past the collections, it's not there no more. But it could be clay tile, it could have been it could be collapsed by now. There could be lots of issues with it. But I couldn't see where it was connected to the trailer either.
If that's a segment that was lined, we'll have video of that. We've got a thumb
I
drive
have
with
about
video of
50
that.
flash drives over there. That
Yeah.
I don't know what's on.
So one of those has videos on it, and they mark footage on those videos. So I wonder if we could correlate it that way. If it's not on the map as a lateral, but you think there's one there, we could
I
probably
believe
verify
there's
it
one
that way.
there by me witching it. you know.
Yeah.
And it runs straight to it. And when I go out around back witching, I can't find
Sure, yeah.
anything for a septic tank or any finger
Right.
systems or anything like that. So I'm really positive that there's already a sewer lateral there. But like I said, I poked my head under the trailer because there's lots of little spots to look in, and I don't see no connections.
Well, if there's already one there for that property, they wouldn't even have to pay to connect, as I read the ordinance. So
And-
they
and
just
Marie,
need to find it.
Mr. Castle, David Castle is here this evening.
I
Okay.
was letting you guys finish.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You want me to say that?
sure. Yeah. If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, thank you for meeting with me. I think what we guys are talking about is there is a meter pit there.
Okay.
But the line, when you guys ran the new water line, they did not run the line to that meter pit. They just didn't connect it. So I think that's the bigger problem is there's no line from the actual new water line to the pit. And then my dad can't finish it off under the trailer because there's no water running.
I opened it up and the air shot out, and so did a little bit of water when I opened it up. So I'm figuring it was. I didn't let it
You
flow.
want to
but
see if you can get it to flow. I will say
I
it
can go back and see if I can get it to flow into the pit.
connections that have been disused or abandoned for long periods of time, it also wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility that we would eliminate them in the course of a project just because it's a potential leak point, right?
I completely understand what you're saying, but my father's been paying taxes on that property. He's never abandoned the property.
But he's not a
So-
utility customer.
What's that?
He wasn't a utility customer though,
I
and he's
believe
also
he
a
was
Tipton
before
County.
the guys ran the new line. My grandfather owned that property till 2006, and he was living there.
Okay,
And then my father took over that property, and he was there mowing the lawn, watering the plants. And then when they ran that new water line, is when that got disconnected. He asked the previous superintendent. The previous superintendent said that somebody had made it abandoned, and he never was given notice of that. So he asked about it. The previous superintendent said he would contact the city council and ask about it. And months and months and months went by, and now I understand he's no longer here, and it's you find people. So
Sure.
I'm trying to figure this out for my father, so we can try to get this property up and running, so we can actually move in there.
okay. Well, we'll do some looking into it to see what's actually there, and then if it has been disconnected, we'll have to look at some,
For sure.
we'll work through the
as
legal
far as the
angles
sewer-
there. I mean,
Sorry to cut you off. As far as the sewer line, there is no sewer connected to it. He had attempted to do that, and they were denied, saying that they will not allow city sewer to be on county or on Tipton County side. So there was an old septic system, but we obviously want to upgrade that to city
Sure.
sewer. So that's why we're asking to figure out the avenue we need to take in order to hook up to city sewer. And those are the two questions that I have.
So the property immediately to the west. So that's the property. If I was to go up Broadway Street till it tees, it's kind of to the east.
Yeah, so it's like
Okay.
right there on the corner. There's that big old willow tree there. It has a trailer on it. Yeah, that's my father's.
So I believe the house that is at the T within the last 5 years has been allowed to connect wastewater. I believe what they had to do though is I think they put in a grinder pit and then bored a 2-inch line over to a nearby manhole,
For sure.
which I think there's one at that intersection in there. I can't remember.
And we're not asking for that to be eaten up by the city. We're willing
Sure,
to pay
sure,
for the city,
Yeah.
for the sewer. We just want to know the avenue to get there.
So yeah, there's probably a way to do it. We'll
Yeah.
just need to do a little more investigating, I guess.
For sure. I'm already in contact with
Put in
Jennifer.
like
So.
an AV1 lift station there with a grinder pump.
No, the property owner would have their own little grinder pump unit that all their wastewater would go into,
They usually
Yeah, just a
little
2-inch.
AV lift stations though,
like a, okay, maybe I'm not
with
familiar
a
with what you're
2-inch
talking about.
force main leading to our collections.
Yeah,
They usually hide them with a fake boulder and stuff so that you can't see them in their
it's
yard.
probably something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
I don't know.
I'm open to any suggestions.
I can get your phone number, I can give you a call and
For sure.
we can go out there and look at stuff. I mean,
Yeah. After we're done with this meeting, I'll be more happy to meet with you. And then
Yeah.
I'm in contact with Jennifer
And-
already. So.
And I'll see if I can't within this next week to do a little bit of investigating of some of the video footage we have, see if maybe we have anything that would indicate a prior wastewater connection there.
So you did say you did see some air and water. Did you hook up a meter to see if there was
no,
water
there
flowing?
just wasn't a meter in there.
Right.
So I turned it on and it was spinning
Okay.
and shooting air out. Well, when it's abandoned for a long time,
Yeah.
they get air.
Right.
And so I just turned it off before I got it wet.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that I'm scared of water. I
No,
just turn it on.
yeah.
You know? And I really think there's some kind of sewer lateral in your yard, unless that's your finger system from your septic
It-
going out in your front yard.
There used to be two properties there, and then the one got destroyed next to the willow tree, and my grandfather tied into that many years ago. I don't want my dad doing that because I don't think it's code anymore. So I wanted to do it properly, so that
Sure.
way I have no problems in the future.
Okay.
Yep.
Let us do a little bit of investigating, and then
Yeah,
Mr.
for
Nikolov
sure.
will get in
Thank
The
you.
touch with
collection
you.
line's right there on the north side.
Awesome.
It runs straight down the north side, and the water's on the south side of the county line. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the problem is.
I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Any other questions for John? All right, Luke, do you have anything tonight?
Yeah, I don't have a report, but I got some stuff here. So, the I'll start with code enforcement. I think I issued 4 tickets. One of those was a rooster. They have about 5 more days to get rid of it if they haven't already. I don't know if anybody's heard of it lately. And then there was a complaint about cats on the south end of town. So I placed a call with the Indiana Department of Health. They're out of Fishers. His name is Mr. King, and he's gonna come up because trailer parks and campgrounds have a different set of rules. So that will be the state that deals with that. And he was pretty quick last time, but he was also under the impression that the problem was solved last time. He said, "Is the problem back again?" And I just said, "I don't think the problem ever left." So he'll be coming out for that. That's the cat issue down there on the south. And then that's it for code enforcement. And then it's streets. The air conditioner at the shop is out. We need a new unit. Last year they were able to add Freon, and he told me last year, you guys need a new unit. I can add some Freon. And it lasted last summer. So around festival, it started to blow warm air again. And that was Mr. Perky. So
We get price from Perky and maybe a price from, do you have the contact info from this guy?
Okay, so with that, can we get prices and just go with the lowest one, or do we need to wait for another council meeting?
I will say, the guy that put this one in, we had trouble with ours last year, with the furnace part of it. And, it was really hard to get a hold of him, and it was just kind of like, so we went 2 or 3 days without a furnace, and, yeah, so,
Can we do 3 quotes and go with the, could you vote on the low, you go with the lowest one?
Well, so here's my question. So I don't know the age of that, but what you gotta watch with the air conditioning is some people will try to just replace that outside unit and use old refrigerant and, you know, make it all work, but it might, because of the age of it, make sense to do new with a new coil, new line set, new style refrigerant. But then I don't know how old that furnace is, so I would at least want that checked out too, because I mean that's probably original to that building. It's what? When did that get built? You
it's
remember?
91, I believe. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I mean I remember it. So sometime in the '90s, I believe. So I would just want to make sure that it's not. It's not just that outside
You just
unit.
don't put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
Let's get it done
Because
right.
I think if we do that, the older refrigerants keep getting harder and harder to come by, and they get more and more expensive. And then if we had a coil failure, and you weren't able to, you know, at a certain point, maybe the money we would spend now just on replacing that would cost us way more in the future if we had to replace both 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
who, do one of you guys want to be my contact for that I can talk with?
You call me.
Okay,
I'll be around.
and
sounds good to me.
it's just really hot up there.
Fair
I
enough.
came up here to do paperwork.
Yeah.
So I just want to get it going.
Is there a motion to, do we want to do that, or do we want to set a special meeting? It's got to get fixed, as far as I'm concerned.
It's gonna cost more than $3,000.
Yeah.
No matter what we do.
That's what I thought.
Where does that come out of, Jennifer?
It'd be maintenance between water and sewer.
There's
You could do
that
you
ain't
could
money
do
in that account.
Repairs and maintenance, you could do that.
I mean, if they have to put a new everything in there, it's gonna be north of $10,000.
Yeah.
So
Probably. Yeah.
I would say,
Any special assessment?
I think we get the numbers and then we'll talk about it. I mean,
We can set
we'll
a,
do a special session.
we can set a special meeting. Okay. We'll do that.
Or even at worst of all, we could just, in an emergency.
Yeah.
You could pull the trigger and then we could do it later.
Do it retroactive. I hate doing that, but whatever we gotta do, we'll get it. We could set a meeting tentatively for. You think you could get quotes by Friday?
Yeah.
We wanna just set a quick special meeting on Friday?
I'll be around. Pam, Chris, yeah.
Sorry to do this over an air conditioner. We
No,
tried,
I,
we
I'll be at your portage for a week.
We understand you're soft.
I'm not sure. How big is the shop?
That building behind you.
It doesn't cool the whole.
It doesn't cool the right.
it's the smaller part to the right, but it's still pretty,
Small part on the right?
yeah. It's still a decent size.
That's too
It's,
many
it's
rooms.
too big for a mini split.
It's 2 offices and a day room.
Yeah, 2 offices, a meeting room, bathrooms, kitchen.
I can even go 30 by 60 full bar, 68 degrees for less than $100 a month.
I mean, is it segmented? Does it have rooms in it?
Yeah, it's got bathrooms. Yeah. You can get dual zone or triple zone where you have one outside unit, you have 3
Well,
inside.
Talk to them about it.
And you're looking at like $3,000 for everything, heat and air. And they're pretty efficient to run.
We just got a quote for one mini
$3,100.
split for $3,141.
Yeah,
As
Really
always.
efficient. I just-
Ask him to do.
We've
both.
already got the furnace. I think that's probably cheaper. It's just a coil, outside unit, line set. Because if that line set, that unit sits 10 feet away from the furnace, you know, just right on the other side of the wall.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I will bring that up to, him as well. Okay,
And, can we set a 6 o'clock meeting
Right.
Friday?
I'll be on the 4-H fair all week.
I mean, as long as there's 3 of us.
It's on, yeah. I'm available. Pam, you available? Fred?
Be part of all day.
thank you guys.
Special meeting at 6 o'clock on Friday. What is that?
17th. 17th?
10th.
10th is,
Oh, 17, sorry. Last week.
unless you want me to time travel.
On to the next thing, the repair that was made on Meridian. So last time I was very unsure with that. I didn't have enough time to like check it out after it rained. Now I've checked it out after several rains. I don't know if anybody else has.
I haven't seen it.
Have you? And what do you think about it?
I'm not thrilled.
Okay. So
But I don't know how much we're gonna get out of them.
yeah, I would try to put some time after a rain and it would be drained. During the rain is,
When it's holding.
but is that too much to ask for? Like your street not hold any water while it's raining? You know? Is that what it's supposed to do?
I don't think it's supposed to hold any water.
All my other spots in town that hold water were holding water when I did a check on the most previous rain, which was 7/10. And all those spots were holding water. This spot was not. The repair that
Whatever's there isn't deep. And some of what I'm seeing, it's when I'm walking at night, and so it's just seeing the reflection off the street lights. So there's something there more than on the rest of the surface.
Mhm.
But I don't know that I would say it's a puddle.
Mhm.
But there's roller marks, and that's what it's settling in. So I'm just not sure that. I mean, they come back and repaired it once. They milled it out and paid some. I just, I don't know.
So, based on the past several rains, when I checked it, it was dry. That's what I'm gonna say. While other spots were holding water, like the hot ticket spots around town. And we still own 40 grand. Is it 40?
44, 434,
44, 434.
and 5 cents.
So we either say no, it's not ready, or
Or we pay 'em.
it's time to do one of those two things.
Is it gonna get any better?
Oh, not on its own.
I mean, if they come back and do it again, do you think they're gonna make it better, or is it just gonna be as bad or worse?
I feel like it's as good as it gets right now.
I think overall we got a satisfactory job. There's some details though I wasn't super happy with. I don't know if it's worth another conversation or not.
I don't think they're gonna, first of all, I don't think they would wanna come back again. They would wanna fight us on that. And second of all, I don't know how much better it's gonna get. So,
And their job salesman has come the past several rains too. He's come out and looked, taken pictures, sent them
Yeah.
to me. And
what's he say about it? Is he,
he's ready to get paid. He's ready to get paid.
well, I mean, I want to make sure it's done right.
And he's saying it's done right. He's sending me pictures. He's checking it too, because I brought it up to him.
So it meets their standards, I
He
guess.
says standards, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know that I would call it a puddle. It just seems like it should be better than it is, but I don't know that it's bad.
It's on the north side of the street.
It's
on
both.
There was like, I remember two little spots. But when I went and looked for them these past several rains, they weren't there.
So it's better than it was.
Yeah, their repair helped a lot. It got rid of the real bad spot.
I don't know. I hate to not have it done perfect, but
You think everything else is good? Did they address this spot over here?
See, they put that on the aggregate company. And so the aggregate company's supposed to deal with that.
What does that mean, though?
Like where they bought their material from.
Sure.
At oil or something. I don't even know what it is. But to answer your question, I know nothing more about that than I did last meeting.
they're responsible. You know, it's their subcontract.
Probably technically, yeah. And it's not like when we pay them, we can't still say, hey, what about this? They'll come back out
They will
for that.
for that one.
They're more likely to come back out there and pay.
That is correct.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be paid.
Yeah, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Agree, 100%.
I think, I don't know that we're going to get any better on this. If there's an unanswered question
Mhm.
that potentially involves mixed quality,
Mhm.
I don't know that I would be prepared to vote to pay them. That's where I'm at.
I would agree with that.
Agreed.
It's up to you guys.
I think that needs to be addressed first.
I mean, is it notably different? I haven't been back by there and actually stepped out of the truck and looked at that.
It's still there.
Okay.
They recognize there's a problem there. Obviously, they passed it
The
along.
boots on the ground at the time did, yeah.
Okay.
They brought it to me. I saw it, then they were like, hey, that stuff, I don't know if you've seen it or not. The stuff that's on Hopkins Drive, we called the aggregate company. They're gonna send a quality guy out. And I still haven't heard from this quality guy.
I mean, they're the ones ultimately responsible for the job, though, even if they got bad material.
Mhm.
So,
I'd say we table that.
can we, since this might be a matter of contention, can we get a vote to table this?
I make a motion that we table that until the,
We've got a
Fix
motion
on
to table
Hopkins Drive.
the paving pay application.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
I have a quote from a concrete, Nick Harris for $24.50. I have $24.50 in my notes, but the other day he said 28. I'm sure if I reminded him and said, I think he said $24.50, he would go there.
I thought about that after you said that. So I asked Luke to get quotes for these 3 manholes right here because the asphalt's chipping out away from them. We asked Ace while they were here to look at it, and they said their recommendation was concrete. And so then it's like, well, we have
A concrete guy.
an option for that. So anyway, he's come and quoted, but he was saying 9 inches thick.
Mhm.
This is concrete under the street. So I don't even know if he can get to 9 inches
Mhm.
thick. So that might change that number.
Alright.
But I think it needs to be addressed before festival because
agree.
if you look at those three, they're a trip hazard. And then the one down there a block south, I noticed that one too. The old town garage or the old fire station lot.
Mhm.
Have him look at that one too, because that's crumbling around that pretty badly. And that's kind of a festival pedestrian area as well.
If he can do it by Friday, we can address that
Yeah,
in the meeting
there
as
we go.
well.
So that would be that's the only thing I thought about it. I thought about that after the last time I talked to you about it. Is that this is concrete down underneath Main Street, so I doubt 9 inches is likely. You might get 4 out of it.
Okay.
All right. Do you have anything else?
One more thing.
Okay.
We have, our lanes at the water plant and sewer plant, more specifically the sewer plant, are growing over with bushes. You guys don't go out there much, but our lane at the sewer plant is much smaller than our lane at the water plant. So I'm talking more sewer plant when I ask for this. We can't get our backhoe turned to use our clamshell and rip stuff out. That doesn't even work good anyways. So I'm wondering if we can shop around at a rental company and rent a forestry piece of equipment and, shred that stuff back. We're about to have paint done on one of our trucks, and it causes a lot of damage to our paint at the sewer plant because we can't go over any further because of the ponds.
It's talking around the south and the east side there.
It's not
The
a,
south pond.
we've tried cutting everything at the base. It takes forever to hedge trimmers, and then it'll be too thick for the hedge trimmers. I've tried, just ripping it out with the backhoe. Nothing works.
So what do they have as far as equipment?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering if I can go shop around and find something. Like what's a price range I can go with? Like,
I mean, if you had the right piece of equipment where we were talking working on it here and there for a week, could probably get
I think I could
That
do it
cleared
all
back.
today.
just clear it back several feet.
How big around this stuff?
It's all like volunteer trees and bushes and stuff. So
Yeah. Tell me what forestry, not what speeds.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah. So but then we'll have to rent a skid steer.
Oh, when you rent the forestry, or come to skills.
Alright.
See if they'll ring it like that, but see if they got like a, usually they'll rent you a package, it's got the forestry mower on it.
Alright.
And that'll turn that into shit, into a shred, more or less.
See, you can do that by Friday too, dude.
yeah, I don't mind you looking into options. I think it's something that will need to be addressed, and if it's something we can do in house, that's preferable to hiring somebody. I think.
It would be nice to get it done this week. Supposed to get the truck 13 back.
When is that going for its bed?
After this appointment sometime.
Sometime
Okay.
probably later this month, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, look into it. Let us know.
Okay.
All right. Any questions for Luke?
Alright.
All right. Thanks. Rick, what do you got?
Well, I'm here mainly because I expected a lady to be here about some fence. She needed to be here to question the fencing ordinance.
Okay.
The Leaper lady,
I haven't heard from her,
Sure.
so,
but that's the right for
yes.
So, and I agree with a lot of what she has to say. So she's wanting to put a 4-foot fence in her front yard. And there's one right south of it that's 4 feet tall.
Denny Bozel's.
Huh?
Denny
Denny's,
Bozel's.
yeah. So,
Is
you
that
know, I
4
think,
or 3?
huh?
Is that 4 or 3?
It's 4. But I think we need to kind of adjust our ordinance.
What's it say here?
Not
3
sure.
foot.
3 foot.
So we changed this to whatever the most common picket size was. It just hasn't been updated there, but
That's, Jennifer and I tried to find,
is it 42? I think we
we
voted
didn't find
to
it.
change it to 42 inches. We did that at the same time that we voted to take away the cost for the permit for a shed under a 12 by 12. I remember we did that at the same time.
So that was,
And maybe also something with signs. Because I think by the book, you have to get a permit every time you change the sign. And I think we took that away too. I
And
think
I-
it's once you have a sign, you can put whatever you want on it.
so do you know where that change in the ordinance?
Let me look in my book.
Okay. Yeah, I distinctly remember us voting on it as a plan commission and then voting on it as a council. I just don't remember when. I could probably look back through my stuff too and try to find it. But this is becoming a problem is, as far as I remember, that's the main changes that have happened here, other than the couple properties that we've annexed that aren't on our zoning map yet. And this has been a thing that Jennifer and I have been working on kind of separately, but pursuing different avenues, trying to find somebody that can update our zoning ordinance and somebody that can update that map. And, you know, like your suggestion was American Legal Publishing, but they won't update what we've already got. They'll just host it for us, from what I understand. So,
I still think it should be 4 feet,
well,
because you go buy something that's 4 feet.
I think we made the change based on what was commonly available. But if there's 4-foot panels that are available,
There are a lot of them.
Does it make a difference if it's shade length or fine?
I don't think so.
I really think that the main thing is that we enforce the vision clearance triangle. And that's kind of the reason they want those fences low. So at corners and alleys, we make sure that there's a vision clearance triangle, which I think on the alleys is 5 to 10 feet in the diagonal. And on the main it's 15 to 20, 15 to 20.
A 4-foot fence, if you're sitting at that stop sign, do you have enough height for the car to be able to see?
Well, that's why it's a vision clearance triangle.
Yeah, it knocks the corner out, so they can't go to the corner. They'd have to,
They have to do it like a
yeah, step it
22
in.
and a half
Clip
degree,
it across.
Or
45.
either a 45 or make it a M, I guess. Okay, so they're wanting to do a 4-foot fence, and your recommendation is that we change our ordinance to accommodate that for a front yard?
Well, just to accommodate everybody. I think it'd be easier on everybody with the 4 foot. If you're just going out purchasing something.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that. We'd have to do that at our next, we'd have to set a plan commission meeting, probably to pass that. I don't know what everybody else thinks. Maybe it's something we need to look around or think about or whatever.
Well, I mean, we already
I mean,
have
I do think that,
4-foot fences in
Yeah,
town.
there's quite
So,
a few.
yeah, so, I mean, we might as well just go
Yeah.
ahead and do it.
and the premise of increasing it from 3 to whatever we did, I think it was 42, was to try to make it easier on people. And, you know, maybe it's fair to increase it again, another 6 inches.
When is our next planning commission? Is that next meeting?
We're supposed to have them quarterly as far as the,
But we could set it
You
for
can set it,
before our
yeah.
next council meeting.
Why don't we do that? And then we can at least have it done before the end of the month for them.
So our next council meeting is the 27th. So do we want to do a plan commission meeting at
5:30.
5:30?
Is that, do we have to have that publicized, that change publicized before we vote on it, or we just talk about it in the planning commission and talk about it on
What's the
the
best
change
way
in ordinance?
to do that?
I'll give you an email tomorrow.
Okay.
So in the meantime, what should I tell her?
Unless she wants to build a 42-inch fence, she's gonna have to wait, I guess.
42 is okay, but she's gonna have to wait if it's 4 foot. So, is she back far enough? from what you've seen, her stakes out there.
Yeah, she's
got the
she should be
setback.
fine as far as, I mean, she doesn't have a vision clearance issue even.
Okay. Did they already start?
No.
Okay.
In her backyard's 6 foot
Right.
side, so she's fine, but I mean, it's kind of tough when they see one right next to them to tell them they can't do it.
Yeah, I think Bozell's must have been grandfather. So they had a real old fence, and then
He had an
it's been
existing-
replaced
yeah,
because
he
of
had
some
an
storm
existing
damage,
fence.
but it was existing.
And our other issue lately has been pools. So by ordinance, it's pretty hard, because if it's 2 feet or less, you don't have to have a fence. If it's above 2 feet but not 48, you have to have a fence around the pool that can't be climbed or anything like that, with a gate that can be locked, with a lock that you can only release at a certain height. If it's 48 and above, the walls of the pool serve as the fence, and you have to make sure the ladders put up, so nobody can. And I mean, it's kind of a scary thing to think somebody might, I know somebody who had a child that drowned. So there's some concern there. So that's one that's kind of been tough to try to make people understand.
Right.
Again, especially when there's already something that exists that doesn't meet the requirements.
Is there a grandfathered pool somewhere that?
I have no idea if it's grandfathered, I don't know how old it is, but there's one along that same street where the lady has a question. Greg Baber just applied for a permit, just putting in a new pool, but he meets the height requirement, and he also has a fence around.
Sure.
So he's good, but. And I have, because of some of those things, I want to set up an appointment with the attorney to kind of review some of this stuff and talk about liability issues
Liability issues for
Is-
fencing around a pool?
as far as that being enforced and.
Okay.
Or not being enforced and something happening,
I can do some digging on that.
where that puts the town, what position it puts the town in.
It's difficult because people go to Walmart and they get one of those inflatable ring pools that's 40 inches tall or whatever.
One lady said, well, it's just gonna be my kids. I said, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So if we could set up I mean, it matters to me, but whatever,
Sure.
neighbor's kid, your kid, doesn't matter. Still concerning. So,
I
need
mean,
to set it,
they shouldn't be, but it happens where the neighbor's kid ends up in your pool. So,
So other than that, I've got general inspection stuff going on, permits. Anytime, Jennifer has copies of every permit I've written, anytime
sure.
anybody wants to look at that, it's there. That's about all.
All right. We'll try to find, like I said, that stuff, but either way, we've got a plan commission scheduled. We'll schedule it for the 27th at 5:30 and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, I'll let her know. What kind of a process is it?
So the plan commission, which is mostly the council, but would make a recommendation to the council, essentially.
Well, I assume
And
we-
the council can pass it. We can pass it the same night. If
Okay. Well, I can
Yeah.
tell her.
We've got all 5 of us here. We can pass it the same night. And I don't see why we would. It seems reasonable to me. But anyway, okay. Any questions for Rick? All right, Mr. Fletcher.
Yes. Yeah, I request, I drafted up 2 proposed ordinances. One to update the town plan commission to some of the updated requirements for Indiana law. I know what's on the books right now is a bit antiquated for what it is now. So I have that here. I've emailed that proposed ordinance. for review.
So
Any questions? Yeah.
there, according to statute, then it would be regardless of how many members are on our council, town council, it's still 3 from the council?
That is correct.
Okay.
There was no caveats or distinctions here. I pulled it straight from Indiana law there.
Okay. Two small members. How are the citizen members from outside of from the unincorporated area, how are they appointed? That's B.
Yeah. What do you mean by how are they appointed? Like by town council or?
Yeah, is it by the town council? Is it by the plan commission? Is it by the council president? Is
By
it?
the council.
Okay. Okay. Which that's the part where I think our current ordinance says a county judge or something
Yeah,
like that, right?
and
Which
that's
is-
the antiquated provision. They've made some changes as how towns and counties interact.
Okay. So they're just unincorporated, but in our building jurisdiction, it can be 2 members appointed by our council.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then you've got the Citizen Park Board.
Yes, that as well. It would create a new chapter. And that creation is, and the staggered terms and the like, all of that is for a town of this size, is different board structures based on.
I remember
the
getting lost
category of
in
town. Yeah,
IC 36, trying to figure it out myself.
yep. So, this is for a town of the size of Atlanta. This is what we're going for.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or anything you want to?
Well, the creation of the park board,
Mhm.
wouldn't it just make more sense to have the whole council appoint them rather than the president?
That
be
is.
voted on, and rather than,
That particular language, let me double check on. I remember that coming from the
Yeah. that's
statute
probably
that
what the statute
authorizes that.
says.
okay.
Just because
It also doesn't say anything about how to remove it.
I can include language on that. We want that? I mean,
I mean, if it's not in there, how do you do it? Right.
Yeah.
So,
that's fair. Let me get on that then.
So you want to table this one, the park one? Can I
as much as I hate to do it,
Sure. Can I introduce the plan commission one so it's available for public review?
that's, yeah.
All right, ordinance number 2026-07-01, an ordinance amending chapter 150, Plan Commission. This has to do with members of the Plan Commission. It'll be available for public review until our next council meeting. Okay. Well, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Hunter? Fletcher, excuse me.
Maybe that could say appointed and
Subject to removal.
subject to removal by
Let me,
whether it's the president or whether.
Yeah, I
it's
don't
the
know
whole
what would
council.
constitute, I don't know. I suppose we should have a provision that would
Well,
allow
I
for
mean,
that,
if-
but
I'm never opposed to being thorough if it,
Sure.
absolutely. So let me see what's being done, and what's the proper method for that.
Okay.
thank you. All right. We talked about the Ace Pay app, library. I got a quote from Mahon Construction. And we had our previous one from, I don't remember who.
Workhorse. I think is his
Workhorse.
name.
So the reason this came in minutes before our meeting here, I spent some time over there a couple different days with a door and trim estimator, looking at all the details there. There was a day that they called and asked if I would be able to go over there with them. Anyway, spent significant time, found a bunch of stuff that seemed like it would fit the building. he didn't get those numbers to Mr. Mahan, but by our meeting tonight. So Mr. Mahan found everything through other means, and that's why we were in right before the meeting. But this pricing should reflect everything we talked about. Should be trim and doors that fit the building. Should be built according to our plans. If we
While you're looking over that, JW from the elevator company, they were close by, so they wanted to come and see
Okay.
how things were. So Fred took them down there. So they're just waiting on us.
Yeah.
They're just waiting on us, so.
Yeah, I think once we make a decision, we can move along pretty quickly either way. And if we need time to review anything, we do have a meeting set for Friday. So, it's up to you.
Pam, are you looking for that other quote? Is that what you're-
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
thought,
think it's 53.
I put that one that we're just,
Is that what it is? 52. But, I mean, I think they're both,
Oh, here's the other thing. I don't know if Workforce had this on here or not, but looking around that building because of the graffiti and some of the other just markings and stuff,
right,
he figured, and it's on here, to remove the shelving around the entire main floor, paint, and put it back. Which is what it's gonna take to paint all that.
Mm-hmm.
So otherwise you're trying to cut in
oh yeah,
around
you
each
gotta take
individual.
those, you
Yeah,
gotta
they've
take those
gotta
out.
come off.
I think they're both qualified. I was more impressed with the Workhorse guy, with his knowledge, which kind of isn't fair because the other guy wasn't here personally. But I was more impressed with him, even though it's a little more money.
I was too.
You were too.
Where's our fund report?
I think we just gotta, at this point, pull the trigger and get it done. Either way, but personally, if I was gonna hire somebody, I would have hired him. So. it's-
But how much more will his go up if he since he didn't?
I don't. But I know he only has $500 in there to remove and reinstall all the shelving, which is, it's more than a $500 job.
Well, you give somebody a quote,
Oh, I know. I know.
Mhm.
Is there any paint two sections of the ceiling,
yeah, that's
That's-
those areas that had the,
the water damage?
Mhm.
Is that gonna repairing the damage as
Yeah.
well, or,
that's what he told me when I talked to him.
well, like you said, give somebody a quote though, he said paint. He didn't say fix. So,
Well, if we, like I said, don't listen to me. These are the two quotes we've got.
I know,
We've waited this long. If we want to take another few days to try to clarify some things, we can't.
I just want to get it done.
Me too.
We need to get it going.
I've spent a fair amount of time on this so far. I know others have as well, so.
I think it's a split right now. You two are in support of the workforce, and Murray and I would be more good with this one. I think it'd be a 2-2 split.
Well,
And I agree with Murray taking everything down and then repainting it. Because-
well, that's what you have to do.
Mhm.
You have to. I don't know what else he would charge or.
And that's the thing.
I think if he gives a price on labor, that's what it's gonna be. I think that where it might change is materials. If we wanted to change materials somewhere. And like I told him, for example, for the bathroom floor, quote, the most expensive thing. So he quoted doing tile, which is,
On the floor.
yeah, $1,000 is ridiculously cheap, but,
Yeah, well,
Is there a difference with one of them can start and the other one? I mean, the one you.
I think they were both talking starting pretty soon after we, but that's a good question, is can we nail down a start date?
The other one, and one of them, so I can start till September 1st or something like that.
Sure.
Very good point.
no, I think both of them, we asked them that question, both of them said they were.
Like
They were
basically
ready to
start
go.
in July kind of a thing.
You know, cheaper's not better sometimes.
Sometimes it's not.
I found out by the company you're talking about getting the furnace, and I had it done in my house. I ended up having to get a heat pro to come in and fix it.
Yeah. Thank you. What's that budget line, Jennifer?
It is,
Is
if
it-
you look here,
Is it that construction in progress?
it is, but by the time we take the rest of the elevator out of there, our remaining balance is going to be $66,061.86.
So we got 66K, and we gotta try to still come up with flooring out of that. Whatever we're gonna do there. Plus, we need a couple exterior repairs, which actually I wanna talk to you about. Some soffit and trim around a window if you're interested.
We'll see. One thing is, if somebody tells you they can be there tomorrow, you're probably not looking at somebody that's
Well, this
got a
guy's,
good reputation or.
yeah, I
Has all
would
that
typically
much
say
work.
you're right.
Yeah, how's that much work?
He's done work for the Noblesville Fire Department. It's all really good
Oh, okay.
work.
Yeah.
I happen to go to church with him. And then he said the reason he has availability is half his time he spends farming, like out in Nebraska. So he just kind of does both part-time and doesn't really fill up a calendar, just takes jobs as they come. So. Anyway, if we want to think on it for a few days, ask whatever questions need to be asked. Do we want to talk about this on Friday?
Sure. I want to get it done. It scares me a little bit to go with him, only because I don't know. I don't know either one of them, but he seems to be more of a one-man job. He's not. He has a crew.
He's got at least a guy with him. I
So
don't
two
know.
of them.
I don't know. He might have two guys at times. I'm not sure. But
That was the one thing I noticed when we were talking to him. It seemed like he was more of a smaller crew.
yeah,
I just don't want it to drag
It's
out
definitely not-
forever.
he's definitely not a 10-man crew coming in. And,
Have you guys, did anybody check references on the workhorse people?
I
mean,
checked
any
with two-
jobs that they have done?
I checked with two people who've used them, and both of them said they
they
were
said
good.
he's good.
Yeah, one was an engineer, and another one was just a friend. So I don't know either way. What do you think, Pam? Are you pretty firm on the other guy?
Of course.
So am I. So.
I think we should, of course. My opinion.
So what happens if we, just curiosity here, what happens if we go over the money that we,
Well, we've
Set
got a
aside.
couple other places we can take it from, but
Go ahead.
just utility operating?
No.
no, we can use some of general because it will be, a town hall. And we can still use some of water and sewer as well.
But we also can use the money we have from selling the building down the end of the street.
Yeah, where's that?
That's just in,
It just got receipted into
Yeah.
utilities?
yes,
Did it split, water, sewer?
yes.
Okay.
So,
So that's another, what, 60?
Utility operating.
Well,
I was thinking these cable for now till at least Friday because it's, right now it's 2/2.
well, you won't be here Friday. Then you're pretty much.
If I have to make an adjustment, I can. Get somebody else to work. But
I would like to see all 5 of us vote on that. But, I mean,
For the record, I'm pretty much to the point where I don't care. I don't have any doubts in Mayhem, but I don't care. I'm with you. I want to get it done. My concern is when you start talking about, like Workhorse was talking about, either way, we got to nail down something for flooring.
right.
And flooring can get quite expensive. And so
Mhm.
where's that put us? And then just some of the other detail things that we haven't either made up our mind on yet or has been fully accounted for. And then what's, like I think it's, we should have asked him while he was here, but it's pretty obvious that that place needs painted. Is he going to be hey, I'm going to charge you $5,000 to paint? Or is he going to be
How about we ask him that before Friday?
okay.
And
Do you want to get in touch with him?
I can
and
get in
try
touch
to-
with him, or you
okay.
can, it doesn't matter.
Why don't you call him and at least get a price for painting that whole upstairs?
Okay, just to have that included in
Yeah.
there. And what was the other thing? Oh, taking the shelves off, that'd be a part of it.
Well, yeah, they've got to
Yeah.
come off and get put back
And
for
then
that.
that ceiling, I don't think that was in his original quote.
The ceiling. And then he had talked about maybe quoting wood floor.
Well, I think he was talking about ripping that up and seeing what was underneath it. The wood floor that's underneath it and refinishing that, which I don't know that I would
I think it's
trust
going to be
that.
expensive.
Yeah, I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would put something over top of it.
Workforce has paint on the back here.
Painting,
Is that for the
what
whole
he builds,
upstairs?
that's for what he builds. though.
Paint, oh,
How much is that?
2,700.
2,700? That might be the whole thing. I doubt it, but I'll call him and get
Okay.
clarification.
Let's do that
Have
before
him send
Friday.
a new one.
Okay. Let's see. We've introduced ordinances for the one ordinance. We're clarifying the other. Sewer adjusts. We've got 2.
Well, he's on the old business, he skipped over the sidewalks. You did that on purpose.
Oh, yeah. What is this?
That's
We
the
got-
sidewalks. Neil and I took a ride today for what seemed like hours. Ouch. Anyway, this map shows what the engineers did, I don't know, 15 years ago. The
Great.
yellow ones being the worst,
Yeah.
red next, and then blue. I think there's a green on there somewhere. They're ranked by numbers, the little numbers by them, low numbers bad, high numbers okay. We drove around and we looked, and the 2 that I thought that really stood out that needed to be done were the one in front of your parents' house over there in Murray,
Okay.
to finish from Neela's
To
to the corner.
To Walton.
And then over here on Broadway, on the west side of Broadway, from the garage all the way to the corner, was all broken up. Those seem to be the biggest tripping
Broadway
hazard.
in Maine?
Right here, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking care of the one in front of my house, but the one just south, Greg's, on the corner down there, the guy's remodeling that
Sure.
place, there's not even sidewalk there, it's grass.
Yeah, it's pretty much grown over.
Yeah, it's the ones that, at least the way we were thinking was if it's covered with grass or if it's at least smooth, but not fully visible, that's not as bad as having a tripping hazard or somebody.
But by putting one down there on the corner, that might help the flow of the water flooding the grade out. And then it can go down the sidewalk and go in that drain there on the corner, not being used.
Oh, which corner is it?
Broadway and Kaufman on the west side. There's a drain there that don't get used because his grass is holding the water back and keeping it in great driveway.
What's your lot on that house?
Right there across the street from you?
If there's a sidewalk down through there, at least some of the water will flow down that way.
Well, isn't there one there?
There's one there, but it's covered.
It's covered with grass. You can't find it. No concrete. It was like mine when I first moved there.
Well, that would be 3 half blocks. I'll bet that fits in our budget.
All three of those?
I bet it's close.
Because that wouldn't be as much as what we already did. Walnut.
Do you know what we've got?
I believe we budgeted, let me check.
25.
I think it was 26. I think it was
26?
26.
I got it.
Well, my thought was we should at least try to do one side of each street
Yeah.
all the way, eventually. And I think by doing the one out in front of your dad's, that pretty much does
That's
Broadway, that side of the street, all the way down. Because the rest of them aren't bad.
Not only that, that's a hazard right there. So it's-
Yeah.
We did budget 26. Now I did take, a little bit out of that for the fence and stuff for the stuff that they were doing. But it wasn't very much at all.
My grandkids at a camp, so they're supposed to call if they need me.
I don't have strong feelings about any of them. I just
I
want
just-
to identify some segments and get them going.
Yeah, I think the ones that are like on Kaufman, on the south side of the road, they're all covered up and they're asphalt, but at least they're flat. There's no tripping hazard we need to do them eventually, but I don't think those are the
Sure.
most pressing ones. I think the tripping hazard ones are the ones that we need to.
Well, and if we do an additional paving round, like from Broadway to Central on Main, could get incorporated into that.
Yeah,
And same with
the south
Kaufman,
side, the
Broadway.
south side of Maine,
It's real bad,
right past the church. Yes, that needs to be done.
but that could get incorporated in a paving project.
Okay.
Okay.
So you think that's reasonable to do those three?
Yeah, we can get some prices on them.
Okay.
I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, so this is the grading. So these aren't necessarily the absolute worst ones that we've got, but they are in the higher traffic areas of town, right?
Well, the worst one is right out here in front of this house. And if you go look at it, the first 25 feet are good. And then after that, it's all grass or gravel. There's no sidewalk to be seen right here on Railroad. That's the one that has the lowest score, the yellow one.
I didn't even know there was a sidewalk there.
There isn't too much. I mean, it's under the grass probably.
Okay.
But, why would we rip all that up if there's no tripping hazard or, nobody's gonna get hurt?
Right.
Eventually, yes, it needs to be done just because it's our sidewalks, but that's not, I don't think that's the most pressing. There's also a where they put that new house in over there across from Fred, they put the driveway in. There's a sidewalk there. It's probably, I don't know, 3 inches of grade that
Which-
they didn't hit.
They needed to do a little ramp there to meet the existing one.
Something,
thought they were
because
Because I think they got the grade right.
on,
new
on
sidewalk.
the driveway sidewalk,
then it's-
yes, but it
yeah.
doesn't match the old one
They
by,
needed to do
a
a little
lot.
ramp or something. And I don't know, is the next house that's being built, is it being built by Mark as well?
I think so. Well, not Mark, but he sold that, but yeah.
Okay,
is that right next to it?
which they'll,
So, they've talked to Rick about it.
so if they hook onto that sidewalk, then they could do it on the other side of them. I
Okay.
suppose.
Yeah, I'd like to get a quote for those three. And then-
Okay.
Is that the same guy we used for Walnut Street? you
Yeah, but we probably need to get have at least two, I would think, because it's gonna be a significant expenditure, we might as well,
At least get two of them.
yeah. Just because he was inexpensive before doesn't mean that he's
Right.
still is, so.
I told Tim that Fred was able to grind the F word out of the sidewalk over there.
Okay.
There's still some stuff, but at least he got that word out.
Well,
So,
good.
Oh, there on Walnut?
Yes.
All right, so we don't need to take any action on this really, but I'll talk to Luke and see if he can get a couple quotes, one from Nick and at least one other from. Okay, well, let's move on to our sewer adjust real quick. 345 Indiana, looks like you verified the repair, which was outside the house, but not in a pit. What's going on there? This is
I did not expect that.
345 South Indiana.
You just checked it further. Was
Check
there
the
a leak
meter.
there?
Yeah.
She sent those pictures.
Okay,
Yeah, she just wanted to show.
345 South Indiana. That's close to you, isn't it?
Maybe just north of me.
Okay.
And I think, you know, like the fence comes off his house and then turns, there's like a big bunch of dirt over there, so maybe. at the
In that
front
corner?
In the fence, though. I don't know. It's-
Well, in any case, you verified that there's no water leaking, but that would be an eligible repair because it was out in the, or a eligible adjust in the amount of $512, so a 52,000 gallon leak or 50,000 gallon leak. Is that just in 1 month
It went from.
across?
Yeah, across. Thank you.
And we're adjusting the sewer off of that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it didn't go down.
We're still paying the water. bill
Yeah,
for
because
it.
they used the water.
So the repair was done, that's what Nick
Yeah,
checked.
his first bill was over $800 and he came in and paid it. But I was in it, I couldn't get a hold of him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we do this utility adjustment in the amount of $512.84.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the second one, John, I texted Sean, but he may not have got it in time because I didn't get it until late this afternoon.
So this one's not been verified?
It's not been verified, but it
Okay.
was fixed. So I don't know if you
Under
want
house,
to
crimp fitting
on
field.
application or not.
Yeah,
$22, I'll make a motion that we
just
Approve
approve it
that.
contingent upon his
contingent upon
verification.
Nick looking at it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Any other new business from the council? All right,
Oh, yes, I have a question.
okay.
This bulletin board out here, Ed Will and I were looking at it. Looks really nice. Thank you, grandkids.
The grant, they
Um,
redid it, so.
There's a light fixture in there.
Yeah.
Does anyone know if that light fixture ever worked or?
I think
It
I
did.
remember
I
it
think
working.
did work.
Yeah.
Okay, because we were gonna put a new fixture or bulb and or
Yeah.
bulb in there. Depending,
He's
is that
willing to
okay
help
with
fix
everybody?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. Gonna be a cheap repair. Get light on there. Okay. So we've got a request for closing Broadway on August 29th. Sorry it's taken so long, but you're talking about just that last block of Broadway? Okay.
The last block right at the Megenheimers, right past the
Sure.
Megenheimers, down to my dad, or
Yeah.
Charlie's house.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Any,
I
it's
mean, I
just,
have every single neighbor.
sure, yeah, and that's
sign.
awesome.
I mean, I didn't turn in their signatures, but
Yeah, yeah,
I try to make it as easy as possible.
right. Any vendors of any kind or anything like that? Okay, just
It's just,
celebration
yeah.
time, yeah, okay.
I
And
mean, the whole
from-
town can do what they want. But
Sure. From, that's
Don't
nice
say
though,
that
all
too
the
loud.
friends and neighbors and stuff like that.
every neighbor's coming, so
Yeah,
a block party basically.
okay. So that'd be the 29th, they're asking for 6 PM to 11 PM, closing down that last block. All their neighbors are okay with it?
I'm okay with that.
And we have emergency route and the whole,
Sure.
everything. I looked at all the other towns just to see what was
Right.
running.
I make a motion, we shut down. You're expecting Luke to put barricades up then?
If you
And
could.
Yeah.
that would
Yeah,
be
oh, yeah,
nice,
Yeah,
but
we can,
it's
we've
not
got them,
affecting-
we'll bring them.
I mean, traffic can go all the way around the block. and-
No, we can
we
set
can
up
do
a
that.
little
We'll put,
detour.
we'll put those
Yeah.
up.
So you made the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, I
Well,
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem.
Sorry, we're an hour and a half into the meeting, but we appreciate y'all coming, and I think that's a neat thing, so.
Mhm.
um, David Castle, that's who we already talked to, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else from the council? Anything else from anybody in attendance tonight?
This cat. They gotta get rid of the cat.
Yeah, it sounds like he's working with the health department on it, and I remember back when I was doing ordinance enforcement, them being pretty helpful. Because certain things they're not allowed to have at all, regardless of what the local ordinance would be. Their rules are more strict than our town is on certain things. But I'll make sure we follow up.
And the problem is, man, a lot of them now, like, they have disease. And they're getting in our yard with our dogs. Man, if my dog gets sick, then, I mean, that's built to be.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, shit, everything.
They sprayed on my porch, on my turnip.
That's
So, I mean,
That's a complaint I've heard from a lot of people
Work
is-
up the rest of the town.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, I know people,
Well,
don't
and-
get me wrong, but
I'll say this too, like, we could have dealt with some of these things as like a nuisance perhaps in the past, but we just in the last couple of months made an adjustment to our ordinance that considers a cat basically the same as a dog. So obviously we can't enforce every single stray cat, just practically speaking, but we have a lot more ability now to pursue a property owner if a cat is living on their property and ventures off the property, which cats are going to do. So,
Which is kind of the problem, because if you don't take ownership of them, and they're
Right.
just feral, then nobody's
but
responsible.
I know as soon as we did that, we were able to address a lot of the problem here on Main Street.
Yeah, they're all done. Sorry.
They move south.
Yeah, they do.
yeah, but down there.
So anyway, we'll make it a priority to, at least as a council, follow up on, what are we doing?
Let's go.
Well, it sounds like I got left out.
There, I guess I don't want them. Yeah. I think, how many cats were there in the one house?
There's
Like 19 or something like that?
15.
15?
And they're all gone?
all but two.
I
Bentley,
might guess it probably 30 for that one trailer down there.
Okay.
You walk out
I'll,
on the porch anytime, there'll be 15 of them. All of the furniture.
I'll-
came out.
I'll ask the status of it every week, and we'll see what we can get done. All right.
I think,
go ahead. If
Sure.
you wouldn't mind, it makes it easier to hear.
So you guys talked about the Walnut, the sidewalk. Tell Fred, thank you for working on that. But then also on the corner of Meridian and Broadway, on the southeast corner, there's like a little hole in the road. So it looks like it could, become a problem at some point. Just something somebody needs to look
Okay.
at.
Where is it now?
There's
Broadway
yeah,
and
Broadway and Meridian, and that's actually, I remember there's a water main there. There's no water coming out of the hole, but I
Yeah, just
remember
a little-
doing a repair there in that AC water main like 15 years ago. It's about right there.
Just needs a cold patch or what?
I don't know.
I just noticed it
but
when I
noticed
walked.
there's been a little dip there for a long time now. It looks like there's a hole in it.
Yeah.
So
It's not big, but I don't
See
know
if
if
there's
they
a
are.
Street or the
yeah,
sidewalk?
in the corner of the
Alright.
The
street
road.
there. So take a look and see what you think, and
Oh, okay.
hopefully it's not a big cavern under there.
sinkhole coming on the one.
I doubt it, but you never know. Well, thank you. All right, thank you everybody for coming. Is there a motion to sign our claims and adjourn?
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.